For a long time, I was distracted, feeling like the only way I was going to be able to move ahead was if I had a man. I needed a man to pay the bills. I needed a man to cut the grass. I needed a man to cook. I needed a man to hold me, to comfort me. I needed a man. Everybody else around me that had themselves together had a man. They had a man and they had money. It looked like they had money. They had a nice house. They had a nice car. And I said, I got to get me one of them. I got to get me a man. But then I realized that every time a man came around, when I was focused doing the right things like going to church, praying, read my Bible, talking to God, I stopped doing those things. It caused me to step away from God, move away from God. It didn't draw me closer to God. And today I just want to encourage and let you know that you don't need no man, sis. You don't need a man, especially if he's not God sent. Wait for the man that God has for you, because that man's not going to pull you from God. He's going to push you closer to God. He's going to respect your boundaries and respect the fact that, you know what? We ain't doing that. I ain't about that life. But everybody start off with that whole, yeah, girl, I respect that, yeah, I'll wait, and then eventually they come to you with that nonsense. Well, you know what I'm saying? You won't do it, then well, I'll go down the street with Keisha. Well, go down the street with Keisha and go be with Keisha. Don't be willing to compromise your values and your morals to be with somebody for a temporary moment of pleasure because you feel like in order for me to pay this bill, this man has to show up. In order for me to keep gas in my car, this man has to be here. No, you don't. Shift your focus and exercise your faith muscle. Call on the one and only Creator. Call on God and let God know what your needs are. If you need a man, the only man that you need is King Jesus himself. And I promise you, once you allow King Jesus to just infiltrate every area of your life, all your needs will be met on time and in overflow. Be blessed.